I'm true to this. I'm not new to this.
That's funny.
Are you in your pajamas?
I am in my pajamas. Do you see my Bill Hader and Fred Armisen shirt?
Yeah.
Look, my stand-up was good.
Oh, God, stop it. Stop it.
It was good.
Oh, that's funny.
I mean,
Yeah, so never mind. What else do I ask?
you ran out of all your questions that fast.
I did.
Damn it. You wrote like 6.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
Hello, my name is Rebecca Velasquez.
and my name is Melanie McCammon, and this is Black Brown Broadway.
Yes,
Yes.
it is. And today, we are going to be interviewing our parents
Yay.
and seeing how they feel about the lifestyles that we have chosen.
I'm going to be interviewing my dad.
And I will be interviewing my mother.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Now, all the way from the hellhole that is Chesterfield, Missouri, is my mother, Laurie Velasquez.
Thank you for that introduction,
welcome.
dear. Yes, I am Laurie Velasquez, and yes, this is my wonderful and beautiful daughter.
And she's all the way, from the hellhole of Missouri.
All the way from Missouri. Yeah.
That shithole. Okay, so we're going to get started.
Okay,
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
I want to know what you're going to ask me.
I know.
What do you want to know?
To preface my first question, when I was 10 years old, after I broke my foot in soccer practice, my mother didn't know what to do with me because I couldn't be in sports for that fall. So she enrolled me in theater classes at our local performing arts academy. Laurie,
Yes.
what made you think that that would be the right decision for me?
You asked to go.
Did I?
Yeah. Also because when you were standing on the tables doing Single Lady and walking down the street singing songs, you were always a performer in the household, and you asked. And had I known that that was available to you sooner, I would have done it sooner. A lot of
wish.
kids start sooner than that.
Instead of the sports?
Instead of, yeah, I know. You loved the sports, though,
Oh,
Rebecca.
right, yeah. I didn't love the sports. So that, and then did you know when you enrolled me in those classes that this would be the career path I chose?
Yeah, I did, because you just it was so important to you, and you enjoyed it so much, and you were able to show that comedic side of you. And every time we went to, or someone would talk to me, that always talk about how funny you were, and we're going to see you on Saturday Night Live sometime. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, right. Okay. Now, so you love theater almost as much as I do. I have to tell, like, she comes to visit me about every 6 to 8 weeks, and we go see as many shows as we can because it's very important to you. And when I come back, we're going to see Hamilton at the Fox.
Yeah, we
Now, what is the first show you remember seeing on stage?
The first show I remember seeing probably was Fiddler on the Roof when I was a child.
Mm-hmm.
In St. Louis, we have the Muni, so there were lots of times that we went to the Muni. But I do remember that. And then I remember seeing a high school production of Brigadoon
Really?
when I was in middle school. Mm-hmm.
What is your favorite role that I've done? And then also, I guess you could ask, what is the favorite show that I've done? Because, I mean, I've been in shows where I've been amazing, but it's been a shitty show. So you can, yeah.
So I've liked all of your performances.
Well, it's one that
And I
stands
like
out.
that. So there's a couple that really, I mean, for me, they all stand out in different ways.
Oh, well, you're my mom.
So
you have to say that.
I loved when you did the Fox on the Fairway.
Mm-hmm.
And you were an older British woman that was eccentric, and it was just so funny and so fantastic. I loved
That was
that
Hay
one.
Fever. It was an older British one.
Oh, it was Hay Fever.
Then Hay Fever's the one?
Which one were you, Judith Bliss?
That's Hay Fever.
Oh, Hay Fever, that one too. I liked Fox on the Fairway too. You were pretty
Yeah.
funny there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I liked when you did the one act for the senior production.
Oh, Sammy's one act.
And you were Nerves. You just showed Nerves so well, just like in the new movie in Act 2.
So this was a one act called Bob's Date, which is in the mind of this man going on a first date, and it's kind of like Inside Out. This play was written before Inside Out came out, so it's like that, and I played the character Nerves.
And then I liked you in Hairspray
Yeah.
as Penny, and I liked you. Oh, in The Heights as Abuela Claudia.
Mm-hmm.
That was so wonderful. And that made me just so proud to see you performing in something of Latina heritage.
Yeah, my one Latino role.
Oh,
Actually,
yeah.
no, two, because I did the Adios Aliens.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about me moving to England?
I have a lot of excitement for you to be living overseas, to go to grad school, to have an opportunity that isn't available to most people. And I think you'll blossom and grow and enjoy it, and you'll do your Shakespeare stuff, and it'll be really nice.
Oh, thank you.
I'm really excited for you.
Yeah.
I know you're nervous, nerve-sighted, as they say.
Yes.
But I'm excited for you.
What advice would you give to fellow moms of theater kids?
I would tell them if their child is talented and really wants to pursue this, that everybody has to pursue what's in their heart. It wouldn't do you any good to go study engineering. That would not
Like
be.
my father wanted me to?
Of course, that's I think the artist's mind, the creativity is important to utilize if that's how your brain works.
Yeah. Did, I remember us watching American Idol when I was a kid, and you said you'd always tell me if I was bad. You wouldn't be like these parents who encourage their kid despite being bad. So, my parents are
boring people in the sense that
my mother majored. No! Ah!
Rebecca, I will not allow it. No. You're going nice to mother.
I'm nice.
Your parents are not boring at all.
Well, they chose boring jobs.
Did they?
Yeah.
Parents are fucking.
That's not a good thing.
I didn't say it was good, but I don't.
So my parents chose professions that I might consider boring, but the real world considers them jobs that you need to live. And so I want to ask, Mom, what is your background in the arts? Because I know you have a background, even though you decided to major in something really boring.
Well, I have a story about that
Yeah,
also.
I want to hear your story, Mom.
Okay. So I started playing musical instruments when I was, I guess, in middle school. And I started playing the flute, like most girls do that age. And then I got a little bit older and I decided that I wanted to venture more, that music was really important to me. And then I started playing the bassoon, and then I was playing the sax and jazz bands, and then I was playing in concert choir and orchestras. I played in an all St. Louis high school orchestra, and then I thought I really wanted to study it in college. So I started my college off studying music. And then it dawned on me that I wasn't going to be able to support myself living. So then I switched to marketing. And then I always regretted not following my plan A.
Is that why you wanted me to follow my plan A?
Yeah, because I think it's really important.
Mm-hmm.
Because I chose something else that, when I see my classmates and I've seen them play in Harlem, and they stuck to plan A.
They did. So my mother has always been right there alongside me when I'm doing shit. She was my Girl Scout leader. She was the leader of the parents thingy that my high school did, and
the president of the theater
the
department,
theater department
parents group.
of the parents group at my high school
For 3.5 years.
Yeah, she also helped build and paint sets when I was in community theater. She has always been out there for me, and
I helped sew costumes,
both
for community
You sew
theater and for high school.
Yeah.
I helped paint the sets, dress the kids.
You did too much work.
Cook the food, organize the props.
Oh, really? You did all that?
Yeah.
You did too much work.
I liked it. I
Yeah.
liked being part of the youth involvement in the theater. I liked the enthusiasm of the kids, and I was just very lucky that I was able to help.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be a part of that for you.
Most of the kids that I did theater with in high school didn't specifically at Parkway Central didn't end up going to major in theater, but it was so important for them to have these experiences in theater Can you talk a little bit about that, how it's so important for the education? Like, how do you feel about, like, theater education and how important that is?
I think that you can use a theater education to do any job.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot that is involved, like even catering. The catering is an art. It's an art of cooking the food, presenting the food, serving the food. It's theater and art all in one. You could use it talking on the phone to someone. You can use it for anything. It's very creative. Your brain is used in a different way that I think is very useful for everyone.
How do you feel about me going into this world of theater being Latina, physically disabled, and plus size?
So when you first started acting, there were not many people that looked like you. And I noticed right away that most of the people that were acting were very thin women, right?
Very white women.
And very white women. And there was no diversity. To me, it was boring. It was boring because everybody looked the same. And the characters didn't develop to a level that I thought they should be. I think that when I see more diversity with different kinds of people with different abilities, different sizes, different ethnic backgrounds, it makes the characters more interesting.
Yeah.
And I just wondered, for you especially, like, first of all, it was the plus size. When someone told me that, oh, Rebecca wouldn't be able to do it because she had to do ballet and she was plus size. And I said, well, we'll see what Rebecca can do.
That's
she
right.
is a strong, independent young woman, and she'll do what she wants.
That's right.
And then in college, you took a class and you did a monologue of a character that someone told you would never play that character
Yeah.
because you weren't the right ethnicity or the right size.
Yeah.
And it just broke my heart to think that someone was going to judge your ability to do something so phenomenal and creative because of the color of your skin and
My
your size,
Yeah.
right? And so I would really like to encourage parents to let all their children explore. And that I'm seeing some more diversity in the theater now, in Broadway. It's definitely not enough, but it's very interesting when you see people that look like everybody else and not just thin white women.
Everyone looks the same in Chesterfield.
Fuck you, Chesterfield.
So that concludes our interview today. And I have to give a special shout out as well to my father, Mauricio Velasquez, who is not here. He's back home in Chesterfield. Because he didn't make me study engineering. And, he kind of fits into a lot of the tropes of, like, your classic brown immigrant father, and I love him to death. And he let me do what I want, which is crazy. And I have to give a shout out for that. And he's also gone to see so much of my shit and a lot of the bad shit I've been in. He's sat through it.
He is very, very proud of you, as well as I am very proud of you.
Thank you for being the only white person on our show.
You're welcome. And thank you for being my daughter.
Of course. And thank you for letting me be me.
Always.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, this is my dad. We're going to interview my dad today. Dad, introduce yourself.
Melvin Sylvester McCammon.
We're from Atlanta. My daddy, Alabama.
I'm from Birmingham.
Alabama. Cool. Thank you for joining me today, Dan.
You're welcome. Glad to be here.
Thank you. I got a couple questions for you. When did you, as a parent, know that I was serious about pursuing a career in the arts?
I accepted it when you told me that you were willing to work for a year in the City Year program, AmeriCorps. And in order to take that money and apply it to the school that you had chosen, which was, and then there was another school too that you were talking about.
New school.
The new school. So it was a couple schools, but you explained that you would be a teacher's assistant in in New York in a low-income neighborhood.
I taught third grade. I taught third grade for a year. I had 33 third graders. There were 2 teachers, and it was me and one other person who was in the program I did, and we were from August to July, which was crazy because we go to school from, well, they did September through July. We go to school August to May.
August to May in Atlanta, and September to June up here, not July.
No, they go to July.
Oh, wow.
Wait, anyway. What is my favorite thing that I've ever done? I've done plays, musicals, talent shows, stand-up, film, editing. I do it all. But what's the favorite thing that you've seen me do?
My favorite performance of yours is probably going to be the stand-up, which I think was just, if you get a chance to see it, y'all, I tell you, it's very, very interesting.
I was funny.
I
I was funny. Look, I got a tight 5. I got a tight 10.
It was very interesting. It was so interesting. It was very interesting. In high school, you did The Rent, but what I thought about was the thing you did for Victor too.
The Doorman.
The Doorman.
Doorman the musical.
The Doorman the musical. That was interesting also.
Yeah, we won. We did New York Theater Festival. Shout out to Victor.
That was very good.
We won Best Musical. And we won a bunch of other awards too. But
I enjoyed that.
Doorman was my favorite because I was playing on the different character. I was playing a rich lady. I was playing a robot. The radio announcer. I was doing a lot.
You did a lot.
You
did a lot. For real. Behind the camera, I think you have some gifts behind the camera as well as in front of the camera. You are a large personality. You get that from your father. You are a big personality of a person in front of the camera. You got a very strong voice. You seem to like to sing. You like to do that. You do a lot of singing at home loudly.
Oh. Okay. So where else am I supposed to practice?
Do what you do, Mama. Do what you do.
Okay. I skipped 7th grade. My sister skipped 6th grade. We are child geniuses. And so, Dad, I just kind of want to ask you about the sacrifices you made to make sure that we both had that education.
In order to do that, I wanted to enroll you in a more challenging academic program that just happened to have a performing arts program also. My thought was to enroll you guys somewhere that would challenge you academically. I was not so much in tuned to the performing arts aspect of, as happy as you guys were. But I did know that the school we chose had that to offer you, although not quite as ethnic as other schools.
I mean, look, it was 60% black. It was in a predominantly white area, but, I was going to say, Boulevard was nearby.
The drama program was 80%
Oh,
white.
yeah. I did drama and
theater.
I did drama
chorus,
and chorus. I was on
over
the school.
60% white.
Yeah. Chorus and drama were they were very predominantly white, but all the directors were white, and so they didn't cast any of us unless you were mixed race, really. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Or her, yeah. But Okay, and so you made that decision based off of the academics. But
Oh yeah. I just wanted you guys to have a more diverse foundation, being in Atlanta, and to challenge you guys academically. I mean, you had excelled in elementary and middle school, and the middle school principal really convinced me you got to challenge them academically. So that was my goal, to get y'all to step up and use your brain.
I use my brain.
Absolutely.
Not in math though. Took that twice.
Have mercy.
We had to. I mean, our commute wasn't that bad, but it was a lot of it was a lot of back and forth.
Oh, it was horrible. The commute was horrible every day. You were going to school out of district, and it was not close. And the good thing about all of it is, I retired in 2014. I retired after 30 years of hard work, but I retired with absolutely nothing to do. So you were a sophomore,
and Michaela was a freshman,
and your sister was a freshman, and so that became my job. Support your kids, sitting at a high school football game on your birthday night. Birthday night.
Well, thank you, Dad. I appreciate it. Michaela does. Kendall do.
Yeah, you guys have made me so far, I'm very proud of each of you.
Yay. How has it felt watching your beautiful black daughter try to infiltrate into predominantly white spaces from high school to the Great White Way?
How does it feel?
Like
you're so modest, let me say.
Thank you.
To just watch you do what you were doing, I just felt like that's what you wanted to do, and that your abilities would make way for you, and for the most part, I guess it did. You're still doing it.
I'm still doing it. I'm true to this. I'm not new to this.
That's funny.
Cool. What is your connection to the arts outside of me and Michaela?
Just being a good Southern Baptist. I was raised in church, so I was in the church choir. I was in the high school choir for 1 year, and we have a very good high school choir, and we toured in the spring of my senior year, in the spring of 1978. And I mean, we had people on Broadway from way back in the 40s, 50s. We had people. It wasn't a whole lot because we weren't producing as many. We did have the Harlem Renaissance, and some beautiful work, especially all of August Wilson stuff. I mean, we were represented. When I was young, we had the Ebony Fashion Fair that used to travel the country, that everybody patronized. Back then you supported your community's cultural efforts. So the Ebony Fashion Fair was something that traveled the whole country. It would do fashion and current events for black women. Some men had to go, but it was mostly black women. My parents made me go because they didn't want to go. So they were patrons. They would buy the tickets every year, but my dad wasn't having it after a while. And so by the time I got to high school, it was my job to go to the Ebony Fashion Fair and take. Who? My sisters? Well, I mean, they was gone. When I got to high school, everybody was gone. They had gone. They had done their time. And they enjoyed the Ebony Fashion Fair. I didn't understand makeup or like it for that matter. I had sisters, if they put on makeup, I would be like, ugh.
You do that to me.
Well, yeah.
You don't like makeup.
My mama didn't wear makeup, so I don't understand all that. But anyway, that was, we Alvin Ailey Company traveled. We grew up in the deep South, but we were exposed and if your parents could, they would, let you go. They would help you to go so that you would know. But by the time you got in, Audra was the queen.
Audra is the queen.
Well, I mean, it was and is,
Gypsy.
but I mean, by the time you came along, so they wasn't looking for you. They wasn't looking for you. They had Audra. And you can come do your thing, but we have dominated. We are who we are culturally.
They're not like us.
They are not like us. Nobody's like Audra.
No one.
Nobody's
Quite literally,
like,
not
nobody's
one person.
like
Not
Audra.
one person.
She's married too, but holler at a player though.
Well, Dad, you've been a great guest. I appreciate you sitting down and talking to me and always being supportive. You've always supported me. I've never not felt immense support and love from you. I love you, Mama. You've been to all my shows and plays. You was waking Dad up when he was asleep. Sometimes he would be up. But I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you, Dad.
You're welcome, man.
Look, you love me. You proud of me?
Love you, and I'm proud of you, baby. Let's go eat.
Okay.
Hey. Are you depressed? Have you been going to see theater? Well, what if I told you that you can? You can go see theater. Yeah, It'll change your life. You can go see Broadway, off-Broadway, off-Broadway. Boost your happiness today. Are you depressed? Go see theater.
Hey, girl. Don't be scared. Are you depressed? The parties just ain't hitting like they used to? Girl, what are you doing? You know what? I know just what you need. You need theater. Go see theater. Oh no.
Hey, are you depressed? Even your ice cream didn't want to be around you? Have you been going to see theater? Well, you should and you can. It will change your life. You can see Broadway, off-Broadway, off-Broadway. Look how hot I look in front of that Sunset Boulevard poster.